All right, and here with the latest international film and TV news is Arise correspondent Judita Dasilva, who joins us live from London. Hello, Judita.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Good to have you. Okay, so let's start off at the Venice Film Festival, and another big movie premiere took place yesterday, and the stars turned out on the red carpet. Tell us more.
Yeah, so we talked about it earlier with what films were being anticipated. This was The Smashing Machine, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Emily Blunt, directed by Benny Safdie. And it's a biopic based on the story of like the very iconic UFC and MMA fighter, Mark Kerr, who was actually in attendance as well. I was sat next to Dwayne Johnson in the Sala Grande. Where the film wrapped, it was a 15-minute standing ovation. Yes, Europeans love to clap, but they really went to town on this. And the funny thing is that there are lots of clips going out on social media. Just before the lights went down at the beginning of the movie, there's a viral clip of someone in the hall watching the film just yelled out, "Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?" And everyone burst out laughing and started clapping, which kind of established the joyous spirit within the hall and everybody willing this film to be good. And it has been very well received. So this seems to be so far so good for Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, so The Smashing Machine is certainly a film that people, have been talking about, not only for what it could mean for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but also because of who is behind it. Isn't that right?
Yeah. So when you think of the Safdie brothers, they're kind of they're kind of the chosen ones at the moment. Actors, directors, writers, they're multi-hyphenates. And Benny Safdie, who you saw in the movie Oppenheimer, who's an actor as well, he helms this movie, as well as it being from the studio A24. A24 is a Hollywood studio with a Midas touch. They favor indie movies, they favor art house cinema, international cinema,
Yes.
and back-to-back years, they have churned out Oscar-winning films. So when you kind of have the finger of A24 on your project and you come out in this latter stage of the year, which is fall to winter, it's pretty much announcing that this is a big ticket item that they're going to put the engines of an award season campaign behind. And that is precisely what someone like Dwayne Johnson needs when he wants to get to that next stage of his career where he moves on to, I can be seen as a dramatic actor as well as being this massive wrestling star and the highest paid actor in Hollywood.
Yes, and you say you are apt about A24. There's something about their movies that it's just unique and different. Okay, so let's move on to the world of reboots and sequels. The long developing sequel to the childhood classic, The Goonies, has an update, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. So the writer behind it, who took over from Chris Columbus, we discussed Chris Columbus. He's got the Thursday Murder Club out on Netflix coming soon. He started with Gremlins, friend of Steven Spielberg. He said he's not going to do a sequel to Harry Potter. So he was originally writing the sequel for Goonies 2. It has now been handed over to a new writer who did a panel at Venice Film Festival and said that the second draft of the script is nearing completion, having had a first draft that was very well received. Chris Columbus and Steven Spielberg are still on board as producers. And remember that Richard Donner and Steven Spielberg made the original film. This has kind of got everyone very excited because it means that it's actually going to happen. They haven't attached a director yet. They haven't confirmed any cast, but they know that people that were in the original film are kind of pro it being done. But then just knowing that, whereas people talk about, what would happen if, this has actually got the project crystallizing into being a reality.
Okay, but after such a long time since the original movie, is a sequel really viable, and what are the chances of it being successful?
So this is a good thing because the director, Pozzi Pacini, actually said that they're a fan of the original film and they know that they would never do a remake or try to redo what was done. It's a perfect film that has captured the imaginations of generation after generation. It's almost like the perfect childhood movie. It's something being made by someone who loves the IP, so they're going to be precious about it, which should reassure people. But also when you think about it from our perspective, things from that era that were kind of the golden age of filmmaking, it's hard to ever bring those people back together because if you think of a film like The Lost Boys, Corey Haim has passed away. If you think of something like Stand By Me, River Phoenix has passed away. Goonies is one of those films where everyone's still around. Everyone from Ke Huy Quan, he's won an Oscar. You've got Martha Plimpton, she's still around. Josh Brolin, he played Thanos, for goodness sake. The cast is all still around, and the actor who played Sweet Chuck actually is the entertainment lawyer for Ke Huy Quan. Corey Feldman's still around. The whole team are there, and they're gung ho to go for it. The only person who's in two minds is Josh Brolin, which is understandable because he's such a dramatic actor now and well respected. What you would think is that all the things that captured the magic are there. Steven Spielberg is there. The cast is there. And remember when Ke Huy Quan won his Oscar, he said, "Goonies never die." And that was such a viral moment because it even made me feel excited because it captured a feeling that people have. If they can write something that speaks to the cast, assemble them, and write it in a way that captures the magic but speaks to a new generation, you've got magic in a bottle.
All right, so it's going to be one big family reunion. Okay. All right, so finally moving to television now, and Netflix have released a new trailer for their upcoming original series that delves into the story of a legendary family dynasty. Tell us more.
Yeah, so this is about Guinness. It's called The House of Guinness. It's from Stephen Knight, who did Peaky Blinders, and it's another Netflix tentpole. It's going to start with 8 episodes for season 1 coming in on the 25th of September. This is one of those things where it's a period drama set in 1868, and it delves into how Guinness became Guinness. With the death of, it starts with, you'll see in the trailer, the death of Sir Benjamin Guinness in 1868, and then how his will is read, and it begins a war within the family as to who is going to take it over and who's going to helm it into the next generation, in the rise of trade unionism and labor revolts. So it's got all of the makings of real drama and period drama, and it's set between New York and Dublin. And if you cast your mind back to that era, you'll know that those were times of great contention, which is great fodder for great drama on television.
Okay, so Netflix has, always set the bar high when it comes to the production quality of the original series. So, does this look like it could turn into another example of Netflix must-see TV?
It could be. It's down to 2 things. How they've cast it and who's writing it. When you've got Stephen Knight, you know you're in a good place because just look at what he did with Peaky Blinders. When you look at just the trailer, you can see that it's got that Stephen Knight flavor to it. The writing's going to be tight. The story is going to be well paced. It's all about, will these actors deliver? Because from the trailer, you can always cut the best bits. But as we get those first 8 episodes, that will be the defining point. Because remember with Peaky Blinders, from the minute we saw Cillian Murphy as Tommy Shelby, people were locked in. If they can capture that magic in a bottle where you don't have to have A-list actors all through the series, you just have to have great dramatic actors who deliver the characters, and then the audience will grow with them, Netflix could have another hit with this series.
Okay, the story of Guinness sounds interesting. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Judita, for your time today. Yes.